Investors and traders, welcome to the channel. Market chart pattern today is 8th of July 2025. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. We'll take a look at the key technology stocks that we follow on this video segment. As always, the video is for educational purposes only. It is not a financial advice. So let's start by taking a look at the Tesla stock. So you can see that the Tesla stock is just been under pressure over the course of last couple of days, especially the news which came out over the weekend, where Elon Musk, who is the co-founder of Tesla, he's getting deeper and deeper into the politics by starting, or at least he's saying things like he's going to start a new political party in the United States. So that's got the investors worried. But from a technical perspective, we have always thought of this as point C, and as long as that is held, I think it's in a pretty range bound situation, quite similar to what was here. Let me actually try to highlight it. Here we go. So this is the period 7th of April lows. It just went into consolidation for quite a long time. You can see that coming back into the 11th of March. This is when the whole Doge stuff was in full swing, and Elon Musk was again in the politics and stuff, and it just got the investors really concerned, and we have seen quite a large decline in the Tesla stock, and this is where a lot of accumulation was coming in. So I believe as long as this point C is held, we might be in a similar situation where there is a lot of back and forth, but actually kind of a higher basing pattern, and this is what I'm basing my pattern on, which is ABCD, which could actually see 420 on the daily chart. So point C, which is the 5th of June low, is really important. This is when there was a lot of news coming out. You can Google about it. The stock was down at one point nearly 16%, a little over 16%. The biggest drop in one single day for Tesla, but was also right at the 61.8% retracement. I did a video about that, and since then we just went sideways, so kind of range bound price action. This is why point C is really important. Now if we just take a look at this on the weekly chart, here this is the March lows, or the 7th of April lows, double bottom. Based on this, we have a possible projection right in 532, maybe even higher as well. And then if long-term investors who are really believers in the stock, and the stock is just going through quite a rough time at the moment, but it has previously as well, even before the whole political stuff that came out. So you can see this big ABCD right in here. That actually points to much higher. This red ABCD 1-to-1 price projection could actually lead to $600 per share level as well. But this is really for the really long-term investors to really believe in the vision and the Tesla stock itself. So this is what we are watching. Now let's take a look at AMD. So the AMD stock, it actually is kind of moving in the direction we thought it might do. So it hit a critical level right here after forming a pretty important bottom, in my opinion, because it's broken above the bearish symmetry, and now the stock has gained a lot. It gained about 90% right here using the TradingView tool, and now I think it's just going to digest its gains, and we could see the stock pull back, and I'm really hoping it pulls back in this ABCD kind of fashion right here. So I've drawn a kind of a potential black line that the corrective pattern might actually turn out to be this way. It could also be a bit more complex correction if indeed we are in a correction. Thus far, the stock has pulled back. It's not pulled back right into the 38.2% retracement yet, but it's got a chance it could do that. So that would be a really interesting point if it gets to about 121, 122 level. That will be very interesting for us to take a look at. So fantastic performance by AMD in 2025, and this is how it looks like on the weekly chart. And here you can see that this is how much the previous rallies had been. You can see that every time it rallied about this much, the rally then just fizzled out. But this time it appears to be a little bit different, because it has broken above this bearish symmetry which is in place for a long time. It's coming right at these several pattern formations, these ABCDs, which we have right here, right now also at the 61.8% retracement. So in my opinion, we might have seen an important low right here. Now it becomes more of a question that what sort of retracement we get, what sort of pattern formation we get, which should actually offer a lower risk entry. If someone has been long from here, I think in my opinion they could actually remain long. But again, this is not a financial advice, it's just observation. Now let's take a look at Microsoft. Let's take a look at this on the weekly chart, but on the daily chart, it's just gone nowhere. Just consolidating. It's just moved to a lot of really quickly. It's made new all-time highs. It's jumped quite a lot, and it's just digesting its gains right at the 1.272 expansion. So I would imagine more of a sideways price action, maybe pull back a little bit. Throughout the summer, and then I think really getting into late September, October, we begin to see these stocks move. These are just fantastic gains. Maybe the investors just sit through the summer months, enjoy the summer, and then get back to work from September onwards. Now let's take a look at the Amazon stock. Here we go. So the Amazon has also done a good recovery, but not made new all-time highs. It's likely to digest right here, as well as Prime Day going on. So I think it's more of a stock is good because look, it's bouncing from the really key levels, but I think it's also going to digest its gains. Right here, you can see that it's coming back into this wedge kind of formation. So I think more of the gains are likely to be digested right here. Then let's take a look at Shopify. So it got to the 78.6% retracement level that we were watching. I'm gonna move over to the weekly because this is where we were watching this. So it really needs to get above this 117 convincingly to be able to go make not the new highs, but move to 144, 145, maybe 165. Now let's take a look at Meta. Now the Meta is one of our favorite stocks. It has also risen really sharp after forming this nice pattern, which I'll just show you on the daily chart. So our target is 800, followed by 890 to 900 on the weekly chart, but on the monthly chart we have even higher targets. So there we go, and you can see that it formed really nice ABCD and then a double bottom right here. Fantastic rally thus far. So maybe it just also, after making new all-time highs, I think it's also likely to make some sort of go through a digestive phase, actually pull back a little bit, which will be quite nice as well because the stock has risen quite a lot. So all those who missed kind of getting into the stock will get a chance. Now it depends what sort of corrective pattern we get. But a really fantastic company, Meta. I really like this one. Now let's take a look at the Nvidia. So Nvidia making new highs. Um, uh, let's actually move to the weekly chart on the Nvidia. There we go. So fantastic performance by Nvidia. I think it's going to go and hit this 170 level that we have been watching for. And it might just go sideways, digest its gains after it hit that level. Now let's take a look at Netflix. Yeah, fantastic. Now it's just consolidating. Maybe pull back a little bit. Google, we haven't had a chance to look at it in quite some time. Now, it's not a stock that I'm a huge fan of. Um, I believe they need to really revamp their search engine because of OpenAI, ChatGPT stuff. There's a lot of traffic moving in that direction. Just my opinion, of course. But from the the chart perspective, um, it pulled back about 31% right in the 7th of April lows, and it has rallied, but the rally is, I think, it's right at the 61.8%, or thereabouts. Yep, so it's trapped between 50 and 61.8% retracement. Um, so it's got a chance as long as the trend line is held. Otherwise, it could also be argued we have a left shoulder head and a right shoulder formation, and there is pretty nice symmetry in between this, which is something that I really like to kind of see. So it's still in development, but there is certainly an argument that could be made that it's kind of in the development process. Again, 7th of April lows are really important for it. Otherwise, it could be an A, B, C, D to the downside, and then we probably finish the corrective pattern somewhere around this where we have this rising trend line. So A, B, C, D, and then we could have the entire correction over. So there we go. This is what we're looking at in Google, and the scalar. Z-scalar, I think, has reached our target, so that is fantastic. Our really target 320, but it's gone as high as 318, so just missed it by a couple of bucks. I mean, long-time subscribers who have been following the channel for quite some time will know that when it went through this sideways phase, it was really difficult. But we kept on saying that as long as this point C is held, which is right at the 61.8% retracement, it's got a chance to actually move higher and make an ABCD, which it did. So this is the kind of the power of the patterns, but the other part is actually also really believing in these and following it with a plan, because these patterns are telling you where the pattern will fail, and as long as it is not failing, you stick with it, and we are likely to get the results. Z-scalar is an example of it, a fantastic one. Now let's take a look at Roblox. There we go. So Roblox is actually, the stock has really done really well in terms of the pattern formation. It's gone slightly higher. We were talking about maybe $100. It's just done that. So maybe it also digests its phase. Look, it went through a really long consolidation phase, and it's really started to break out back in November. This is when it really started to break out, and fantastic recovery. I believe it's gonna go for the new all-time highs, but it might take some time to be able to do that. I pulled back right into the 38.2% retracement 77. I think that's going to be pretty healthy in my opinion. We like to follow Roblox because the story with regards to metaverse, so that's also something to keep an eye on. And I'm just thinking if I missed anything that we like to follow here. So Circle, this is a new stock that we are going to start to follow. There is just not much history in this, especially on the weekly, because of the IPO, and the stock has gone from IPO price to it's doubled, more than doubled in fact. So it's Circle is a stable coin, and stable coins moving forward are going to become more and more important as they begin to get widely accepted in terms of the normal economic activities. So the companies such as Walmart, etc., they are actually thinking about start using stable coin or start accepting stable coins for payments, and that's going to be a pretty good, pretty big deal in the sense that the way the payment system is set up, we really have two key players, which is Visa and MasterCard. And then in US, we also have a fair chunk with American Express as well. And these are the card processing companies, which are also tech companies that process a lot of volume going through. But then we are getting into a new paradigm where this kind of medium is going to get bypassed. And in fact, if you are a merchant, it takes some time, especially on the credit card side of things. When a customer uses a credit card, then there is a delay between the merchant actually receives the money, and of course There is a fee in terms of percentage, which is also paid to these companies such as Visa and MasterCard. With with the stable coins, I believe the payment cycle in terms of the time is going to be much quicker. So it's actually a better system for merchants as well. So I think with the new generation coming in, Gen Z, they are getting more and more used to the digital wallets, digital currencies. So I think this is something really important to take a look at for the future. And Circle is going to be one of the stocks that I will be following with you guys. We just don't have that much data at the moment. And then of course there is one thing which happens is there's an IPO cycle as well, which means that usually historically what we have seen, um, the IPO lows get taken out. We saw that with Facebook when it came out. So that we have to keep in mind. There's a possibility it could pull back a little bit further, right into 61.8% retracement. But for now, we'll just keep it on our list, and we'll just keep on watching it. Now let's take a look at Coin as well. So Coin has done fantastically well. I think in just few days, from the 18th of June, it's really shot up, and I believe it's making the new all-time highs. Excuse me, no, not yet, because that was right pretty much when the IPO happened, near to that time. But we need to keep an eye on this, and it's all related to the stable coin, with the IPO of Circle coming in. That's also benefited stocks like um, Coinbase, and I'm just trying to see if we have a possible three drive to a top pattern formation. Not exactly yet, but it is something to keep an eye on. Um, yeah, I don't think we have that pattern actually, but I think it's got a chance at about 400 bucks. Um, for the Coinbase. So this is what we are watching. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you like our technical analysis, then please do subscribe to the channel. And if you do, then hit that bell icon button. That way you will not miss any new videos. And if you found this video of educational value, you think you learned something from it, I will really highly appreciate you if you also hit that like button. It just means a lot to me. It shows that people actually watching learn something from my videos, and just encourages me to keep on producing more content for you guys. So thank you very much once again. Good luck, good trading, and speak to you guys soon.